Give me 1 second. I figured I would get my text into Heather asking for the egg count now instead of going, oh my God, I got to text Heather. So, of course, I just started doing it. And I'm like, okay, and then I'm going live. So, hold on. I'm cleaning my screen here so I can see better. All right. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. It has been a completely interesting week for me, to say the least. So, but not bad. We all get through things. So, we're going to be talking about dealing with adversity. So, we're going to talk about that, and I think that'll be fun. And so, hopefully, you guys enjoy that this evening. And we're going to probably bounce around a bit like we always do. I got some fuzz in my hair. I got to shave my head. I think after the live stream, I'm going to get that done. So, but anyway, uh, so before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you to please be kind, be decent in the chat. Uh, Okie Forge Ed, St. Bernard's Acres made a video commending me. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, Joe's a good dude. He's all right. So Joe and I have been talking for years and years and years. And when he came up to New York with his friend to get the batteries and stuff up there, that was actually the first time we had met. But we'd been, talking back and forth. I mean, at least 8 years. It doesn't always work out that you get a chance to meet. So, but all right. So, like I said, just please be kind. And if you cannot handle that, those awesome people lit up in blue will definitely boot you out of here because we are not going to have any kind of nonsense. We want this to be fun. I want everybody to enjoy themselves. So let's do that. So before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to all my members. I appreciate the support that you do for the channel, and it does mean a lot to me. Beginning preppers, all of it, everything helps, goes towards what we're doing here on the homestead, and so very much appreciated and thank you all for the support. I probably don't say that enough, but it's very much appreciated. I'm opening up my green tea. I was debating green tea or hot chocolate, so green tea won. All right. So it has been a very crazy couple days here, dealing with issues here at the homestead. And it's, again, and I've said it in videos, 100% my own fault. 100% my own fault. So I'm not, passing the buck or playing the victim. Nope. I should have been more on top of it. And like I said, I wasn't. But you live and you learn. I mean, that is part of life. So that's part of dealing with adversity, right? Things come up. It's how you deal with it. It's how you handle it, and you do what you have to do. And so one of the things I was going to let you guys know. So somebody had asked a question, and I wanted to address this really quickly. I figure best time. A lot of times, like I said, I read every single question. I don't always get back to people, and a lot of times, what I try to do is address certain things that I see, and and try to address it in the live stream. So somebody had asked me, could we move the rest of the stuff out of the blue house, the supplies that are in there, and put in a wood stove and use it for a bunkhouse for this winter to get through the winter, so that Steve and I could both sleep in there and we could be warm and all that type of stuff. All right, so I did want to address that. I hopefully plan on staying in the camper all winter. We're going to see what happens with that. We are going to be putting in a wood stove in the Eric's Big Blue House. That is going to be happening. So, but we will definitely be putting a wood stove in there. Now, if it gets really, really cold and it's too much to be in the camper, then absolutely yes, I will go down to the Blue House, and I would come up here into this during the day, and I would sleep there at night if I had to. So, that's another option. And I think I mentioned this. Yeah, no cuddling. No, John, no cuddling. No. As long as I'm the big spoon, John. All right. I got to be the big spoon. I'm a pitcher, not a catcher. That's all I'm going to say. I am being sarcastic. I hope you realize that. All right. But anyway, another option that it may happen, we may do, is might put a porch off of the camper. I have another wood stove. So right now down here, I have two different wood stoves. So I could put make a small enclosed porch, tie it into the camper, and it tie it into the camper, and then have the wood stove out in there, and just have the door open, and do it that way, and have and that would heat the camper as well. So, but whether you're pitching or catching, you're still playing ball. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, that's too funny. But there's an old joke that, and I don't remember exactly how. Um, no offense, aren't we a little late at getting a wood stove installed? Not really. What's too late? You can install a wood stove at any point in time, Randy Romines. It doesn't have to be, there's no time schedule that says you have to have it in by this time. Um, Now, I will tell you this. So, somebody was asking about heat source for right now for Steve. Okay. So, I wanted to address that too, really quickly. What Steve is doing down in the wood, in the Blue House right now, he has a 20-pound tank propane, and he uses a Mr. Buddy heater off the top of that tied in. And so, with now having the Blue House insulated, it's really made a huge difference for him. And one 20-pound tank of propane actually lasts him 2 weeks. And so to refill the propane tank, it's like $13. So it is not expensive at all. He says, "Where am I going to go? Where can I have heat for $26 a month?" Right? And obviously it will get colder, so he may have to use it more. But at this point right now, it's working out for him. And yeah, he's hiding from little Steve. Yes, he is. Little Steve's still sitting up in the rafters, keeping an eye on everything in the Blue House. So, but yeah, we're going to be working on that. And I want you guys to understand something. As far as November is a wee bit cold not to have a stove available. Well, the problem, Randy Romines, to be honest with you, with a lot of things, it's finances. Getting what you need to get. A wall kit, for an example. You got the wood. Like I said, I have two wood stoves here. A wall kit alone, so that you can go through the wall safely, right? Because we want to be safe. We don't want things to burn down. A wall kit's going to cost you right around $450 to $500. Um, and so that's a nice chunk of change, and then you're not even talking about the sectional pipes, the triple wall pipe that's got to go up outside. Each one of those sections will last right around $100 for each of those sections. So now you're looking at, because you have to be a certain height above the ridge cap, right? So you're looking at 2 to 3 of those at least minimum. So it is late getting started too. Haven't Steve hasn't been there all that long, right? No, he hasn't. He's only been here a short time, and you know, but it's so right now the propane thing is working. So he's comfortable. He's not freezing to death down there, and so he's doing okay for right now. Uh, you know, no notification for the actual stream, but one for its upcoming. Huh. Well, that's weird. A lot of times, guys, if you're having problems, you're not getting notifications of streams, you're not getting notifications for my videos, what I would suggest is unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then make sure you re-hit that bell notification for all notifications. That's probably the best way to do it. And that I'll keep the hair on my chest. That's free. Oh, I call it my fur. The hair that I have on my body. I tell people I am a silverback gorilla. That's what I am. It's just another layer to keep me warm. So, but but anyway, so we're dealing what we have to deal with right now. As things move forward, we'll see how things go, and it'll work out. I mean, we're gonna be okay, one way or the other. I'm not. So somebody's like, oh, you got all the stuff in New York. You should go back to New York for the winter. I am not going back to New York for the winter. Right now, so this is another question somebody was asking me about the snow that's going to be happening in New York, right? That's not hitting that huge snowstorm that's coming is not hitting the homestead. For the stove cost us around 1,600 10 years ago. Oh yeah, Kentucky. Oh, I love it, Granny. Pennsylvania Granny. You guys don't know what that means. So people from Pennsylvania, the joke is it's a combination of Kentucky, so we call it Pennsylvania. Love the name, Granny. Love the name. So, um, I would only run triple wall inside, not inside White Family Homestead. You can get away inside with just the single stuff. Once you go through the wall and then you're going up, that's when you need to have the triple wall. That's how I have it set up with my wood stove in my place in New York and in my sister's place as well. They're both set up that same way. But anyway, right, how's the weather? St. Bernardino shows asking. It's 31, 32 degrees right now. So not too bad, not too bad. But what was I going to tell you guys? Oh, so in New York, where my mother's living, she is living in Batavia, New York. Okay, they're getting hit with feet of snow, not inches. The storm is supposed to start either tonight or tomorrow, and it's going to run through till Sunday. And they're talking feet of snow in that area. So yeah, they're going to get hit pretty hard. Now, I talked to Heather and Becky today, and it is snowing there right now in New York where they are. And but it's not supposed to get the amount of snow that my mom and my niece are going to get. They're getting hammered. They're going to get absolutely hammered. So going to be an interesting Bills game Sunday in Buffalo. Hey, Bizzer Jizzer, man, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Are you posting again yet? I give you a shout out every stream, just so you know. Are you posting again? Are you getting some new stuff up for everybody with the Carrington Chronicles? But so anyway, and we're going to get into more dealing with adversity in just a minute here, but we're just kind of spitballing here at the moment. What do we have? 279 in the chat. We got 91 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time. It really makes a big, big difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. And so, um, but and then again, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, all right. What was I going to say? Oh my goodness gracious! I lost my train of thought. I was gonna talk to you guys about something. Oh, but so let's talk about like what happened here this weekend. Hey, Patty, stay warm and stay put in West Virginia. And I plan to, my dear. I plan to. Thank you very much for the donation, and I appreciate that. And thank you for the comment as well. Yeah, you know what? This is my home now, guys. This is where I plan to be. So yeah, it's you know, New York is always going to have a special place in my heart because I love that property. I'm not going to lie, I love the property. Hate the state, hate the politics, hate the gun laws, hate the taxes. So that type of stuff, not fun up there. But it's I knew I'm getting snow in West Virginia. Okay, uh, can we get hit with a big old storm down here? Yep, we sure can. Could happen. Could get snowed in. You just don't know. So, we'll deal with it as we deal with it. And, but it won't be as bad as New York. That I do know because we're that much further south. So, if we have, the kind of winter that they had here last winter when I was watching it, I can live with that all day long. It would not be bad at all. So, all right. So, a lot of issues got worked out. Things got figured out. A lot of work went into it. And again, a huge shout out to Brian, my electrician up in New York. Took a lot of time, helped me talk, walking, trying to figure things out, talking through things. And sometime after the first of the year, I'm going to take another trip there to drop off some medical supplies. That'd be cool. Appreciate that. Actually, the first bucket that you gave me, White Family said, sits right by the door here, right by the door, next to another medical bucket. Those are the emergency medical stuff. Something goes down, they're right there, and that's where everybody in the group knows where they are and all that type of stuff as well. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you. But so what ended up happening was the generator that I got, the big one that you guys saw, that's going back. That's going back. Um, it had GIFs on it, and the plugs did, and it kept triggering the system, and it would start working, and then it would shut it down. It was an absolute nightmare. The inverter charge controller that I have, we have have to have a certain type of generator. So I went out and I bought another inverter. Now I haven't taken the other one back yet. Actually, that's going to go back tomorrow because today was that generator's working. The one that I bought, working great. Real happy with it. Um, I bought I bought a God. I'm trying to think of the name of the generator. It's a smaller generator, but it's like I literally can pick it up and carry it. But it's a 3,500 watt peak, and real quiet, real small. It's not a Generac. I'm taking the Generac back. Generac is going back. So this other one, it works really well, charging up the system, and doesn't use as much gas as the Generac will. So that's also helpful, and we'll be good. But so anyway, so here's the other part. Your land is coming together so fast. Enjoy the journey. Thank you, Hakeem. I appreciate that, brother. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. I have a tremendous group of people, and it's really good. So, but anyway, so today we had to go out. Steve had gone through in the last month 2 of the 2-pound canisters. I had gone through one, so we wanted to go get those filled today. So we left to do that. I had to get gas. It's not a Honda JJ, no. I'd have to look at it again. I don't remember. Maybe a champion. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I got it at Lowe's. So, but yeah. So, but anyway, what was I going to say? So I also wanted to gas up some empty gas cans today. Just being more craftsman. Yes, White Family Homestead. That's what it is. It's a craftsman. Yep. So, but thank you for helping me. Yeah. So I got a craftsman. Um, but real quiet. Doesn't use as much gas. Charges the system just as good as any other one would have. So, uh, you know, but anyway, so what was I going to say? So we had gas. I wanted to get filled up too. So when we got to the propane place, if you guys remember me saying that I wanted a second 100-pound tank, he actually got it today, the second 100-pound tank. So I picked up the second tank, got that topped off, uh, got the other tanks topped off. So feel much better about dealing with any kind of situation with that for wintertime. If there's any, let's say we got snowed in and we couldn't get out for a week, then we're going to be fine. You know, I don't have to worry about that aspect of it. So, but yeah, it's just, you know, we're gonna take care of our business, do what we got to do. Um, Once we get the wood stove in the blue house, you know, we will cross all those bridges there. I have a few 100-pound cans I can bring you when I come. That'd be awesome. Will definitely get put to use. So that would be great. Thank you. But so yeah, like I said, it's just so you know there's that old saying, anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We all make mistakes. Everybody out here, everybody watching this stream has made some kind of mistake, some kind of screw up. I think personally, it's really, really important to own your mistakes, to let people know that you've made mistakes. Hey Ed, can you inform me as to what use uh, to publish your videos? Can you inform me as to what you use to publish your videos for the YouTube camera? Oh, I could actually show you. Hold on, hold on. So my other camera that I had for years and years and years finally crapped the bed on me. So what I did is I picked up. It's a Kodak Pix Pro. It's AZ528, and that's what it looks like. Okay. Now here's the joke and the funny thing. I had to come to West Virginia to buy a Kodak camera. Why do I say that? Kodak is in Rochester, New York, and so yeah, it's it was funny, and I ended up picking up a Kodak camera. So yeah, I like it. It works really, really well, and so I've been really, really happy with it. Obviously, from now on, if it's windy outside, I'm not going to be taking that camera until I get some kind of external mic. I'm going to order something, guys, and Busy Residues. Both of my parents retired from Kodak. My grandfather also retired from Kodak. He retired. When did he retire? 70 74, I think 74, 75 is when he retired from Kodak. Yeah, so, but that's too funny. But anyway, so yeah, it was. So I said, I called home. I'm like, yeah, I had to move to West Virginia to buy a Kodak camera because the other one I had was a Nikon, and it worked great. I had it, like I said, I used it for years and years and years, and you know, it finally just crapped the bed on me. Crazy, they used to employ 60,000 people here in New York at its height. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, guys. Anybody knows the history of Kodak? Where Kodak screwed up, the digital, you know, cameras and stuff like that. The person that invented them came to Kodak first because they were the company, and Kodak rejected it and wouldn't do it, and so that ended up being one of the first death nails of that company. So, but yep, it happens. What are you going to do? I mean, you know, it's you live and you learn. But unfortunately, Kodak is a shell of what it used to be. They sold off so many units and downsized so much. It's actually kind of sad, to be honest with you. Yeah, they didn't want digital. They sold film, exactly. But if they had got into digital, they would still probably be you know if they still had, they would still be a big company if they had got in. It could still do film, but if they did digital with it, they would have been better off. But you know, what do you, that's hey, like I said, those are hard lessons learned and poor choices by management at the time. So I will tell you quickly too. This you'll like this. When I got out of the service, I went to a Mac and I helped install the security system at the George Eastman House at the time because I was an interior electrician in the military. So I actually did that job and helped install the security system that is in the George Eastman House, which is on East Avenue in New York. And I will tell you this: if you ever get the opportunity to go look at the George Eastman House, amazing, amazingly beautiful. Just really, really cool to see. So I would definitely, if you're in the Rochester area, go check that out. So, and it is open for tours, and the public can get in there and stuff. So, all right. So, hey Troy, maybe get Hella a bone. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I will do that. I will definitely. Actually, I just gave her. I What I do is I go to the store and I buy the soup bones, and I give her the soup bones, and that's what she's been chowing on today. Get out of there. That's not for you. Well, it is, but not now. Yes, I know. Roy had brought down bacon strips for the dogs, and she's sniffing on one of the bags. And she's already had a bunch today, so she don't need any more. But so, but anyway, dealing with adversity, right? Things are going to come up, and they can be very stressful. Bacon strips, yep, yep. But they can be very stressful and not fun. But you have to. Nothing is ever going to go perfect. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care what your skill level is. I don't care what things are going to happen. It's how you deal with those when they happen. Do you sit down and cry, have a hissy fit, have a temper tantrum, or do you go, okay, this sucks. What do we need to do to fix it? And to me, again, I think it's really important to not only show you guys my successes here in West Virginia and in New York, but also the setbacks, the things that go wrong that didn't work because for whatever reason. And I think it's really important to share that because number one, it helps other people so they go, man, I got to stay on top of this or stay on top of that. Uh, you know, it these things happen. It is absolutely part of life, and yeah, we learn from our mistakes, absolutely. So if I make a mistake and I screw up and I share it with you, hopefully you go, well, I don't plan on doing that, so I'm going to be more careful or whatever the case may be. And kind of what I think that's really important. So I don't have a problem, and I'll take the criticism. And I saw the different comments. Oh, what kind of prepper are you? You're not ready for this, that, or whatever. you know, I'm a human being. That's what kind of prepper I am. I can't, always, you know, do everything 100% perfect. Okay, so you know, uh, I haven't seen any signs of her being pregnant yet. Obviously, it's still early, so we'll see what happens. But if she's going to have these puppies, it would be around the first week of January. So we will definitely figure that out. But like I said, I think it's important again to share that information. If you're watching a YouTube channel and everything goes perfectly all the time and nothing goes wrong and they make zero mistakes, they're lying. All right, they're lying because and I will say this: be careful digging in the ground. Wolfang, if you came out here and saw the ground that we're digging in what we have to do to get through that. And like I said, we are using a jackhammer to dig through this ground. All right. Now I've seen, yes, I saw them locked up. They were definitely locked up, and they were locked up for about 10 minutes. So yeah, so they were definitely locked up. But you see the videos on there with the wall collapse and the guys in the trench and the wall collapses. Look at the ground that they're working on. All right, look at the ground they're working on. It's either the one video I saw, it was ground that had been re-put in there, and then the homeowner decided he want 3-car garage and not 2-car, so they had to dig something else, and so they had to dig through dirt that had already been re-put in there. So it wasn't settled. It wasn't there forever. You know, um, what I'm digging through down here is absolutely ridiculously hard packed clay. I mean, we like I said again, we're using a jackhammer to dig through this. You know, Yeah, it's often loose dirt or sand, right? And we're not digging through either one of those. It is tough, it's hard, not easy to deal with, and yeah, it's grunt work exactly. But you know what? When we get this going, um, yeah, West Virginia ground is hard as rock. Yeah, it is absolutely like that. And you know what? It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, and I don't care. You know, uh, Busy Richard just said, "I'm going to write a few episodes before I release chapter 30." Okay, cool, man. That's awesome. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see. Let me know. I'll make sure people know on here when that time comes when you release a new episode because I'm sure a lot of people, you know, don't won't know. So let me know, and I will let other people know. So, but but yeah, and again, I still put the box in there just for the extra added safety. All right. Do I think there's going to be a collapse? I don't. I'm going to tell you what, guys. If I had any fear, Melissa says I can vouch for how tough clay can be. Pennsylvania is loaded with it, not easy digging. No, no, not at all. But no, and I appreciate the concern, Wolfang, and everybody else. I really, truly do. And I'm not blowing anybody's, thoughts off or dismissing them. I'm not. I'm trying to be as safe as I possibly can. But it is something that you know I'm looking at it. I'm seeing what we're dealing with. We still put the box in there as well for the extra added safety. And we've had no issues, none, and that's been opened up for how long? You know, but yeah. So it's definitely we had Angry Prepper was down here this for this get together, and next week you'll see the video with him down in the bunker doing some jackhammering. So sounds like you can't get things done fast enough and stay busy. Well, there's always something else to do, John. There's always something else to do, but yeah, it just and I haven't like gotten a chance to get down in there this week. We had an all-day rain yesterday, and and it's funny. You would think, okay, so the water in there, with as cold as it would be, it's frozen, right? Well, no, it's not because it is below the frost line. You know, it's below the frost line, so it'll stay liquid. So I got to pump it out again because there's water in the hole right now. But I mean, literally, yesterday we had an all day rain, which absolutely sucked. But you know, what are you going to do? It's all part of it. We'll pump it out. We'll get back in there and we'll get back at it. So, but anyhow, so I wanted to talk more about adversity and dealing with things. Again, things are going to come up. Things are going to happen in your life, relationship wise, health wise, job wise. There's always going to be with your kids, family members. And how many hours of sleep do you get per night? Not enough, fortune cookie. My sleep schedule is an absolute mess right now. It's been a mess for quite a while. I'll sleep for 4 or 5 hours. I'll wake up and I'll be up for 2 hours and then I try to go back to sleep. So yeah, it's a mess. I don't get normal sleep. There's no normal sleep. So I try to nap a lot. Like before the stream here, I laid down for about an hour. Was trying to get two, to be honest with you, but woke up after an hour. So I went, okay, well, I guess that's it on that nap. So, but yeah, it's just has the big blue house been lagged for warmth, and how is getting the wood stove installed? And we just actually talked about that earlier in the stream. We're going to be getting the wood stove in there probably within less than a month. That will be in there, and I'll show you guys that when we do it. I will definitely show you that. But you know, it is excuse me, it is we're going to get that squared away. And right now he's using a propane heater in there, which is working very well for him. And I had to laugh because it does say on the propane, the Mr. Buddy heater, or, the attachment you put on top, it does say not for indoor use. Oh well. So, but no, you're fine. You're fine, Ann. No worries. But anyhow, yeah, we're all going to have issues come up, and it's how you deal with them and how you move on from there. If you give up and you quit, you know, I can prep two gifted preppreneurs, one member, five gifted, five preppreneurs, one memberships. Wow, thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. So very nice. Thank you very much for doing that. I prep too. That's very awesome. Very cool. It is that for people. You have to deal with things in life, and so an example of what I mean by that. Okay, somebody that you care deeply about, and so you go to the doctors. You're depressed because you've lost this loved one. This is somebody that's very, very important in your life, and now they're gone. What do you do? How do you deal with that? Right? Well, what do they do? What is their answer? Put you on a pill, right? Here's an antidepressant. You're depressed. Get on this antidepressant, and then you never get off. You're on that forever, because that's what it's designed to do. Very difficult to get off. You have to slowly wean yourself off of it if you're going to get on that. Uh, you know, it's part of life. You have to learn how to deal with things. And yeah, a mask over the truth trouble. Yeah, exactly, Wolfang. You know, we're never given more than we can handle. I always heard that. God never gives you more than you can handle. And I said, well, he's got to have a whole lot of confidence in me then, because I've gotten plenty through the years. But hey, Ann, don't forget to take some time out to calm the stress levels. Do something for you. I'll tell you what I did the other day. Thank you very much again. I appreciate the donation, and I do appreciate this. So I was pretty stressed out, obviously, with everything going on. Right. Thank you again for the donation. I really appreciate it and the statement. So I got to relate this story, and this just happened the other day. So I literally get drunk like maybe twice a year. That's it, just twice a year. So the other day had been so bad, and it was just the 36 hours previous to that had just been really, really tough. And so I had picked Steve up from work, and I said to him, when we get back, I said, I'm having a beer, and he goes, well, hey, I got that triple mash um, Jack Daniels thing. He goes, I'm going to bring that up. I want you to try some of that. I said, okay. So he brings up part of, probably that much still in the bottle of this triple mash Jack Daniels. So we did a shot, probably more than a shot, drank a beer, did another shot, drank a second beer, or drank a second beer, did a third shot, and I was feeling no pain. And I didn't get like knocked down, hammered, stupid drunk, but I was laughing and just enjoying myself. And I just needed to cut loose. And I don't cut loose very often. And so, that's what I did. And I tell you, it's like, I woke up the next day and I was like, so that was like this year. That's the one time I've been drunk this year. And I generally do it twice a year. But, I need, like, it's called unwind. Yeah. I just needed to let loose. And I woke up the next day and I went, okay, that's, did I hear you, Ed, say he wants a jar of shine when I come up? Hey, I'll take a jar of shine. I'm not going to say no to that. But, it's just sometimes you got to cut loose. And so I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't driving. I was staying home. We sat here and laughed and joked and had fun. And actually, we called an old friend and we're busting his chops. And it was so funny because it's like, now this this other guy, I've known him since he was 15, and he's 4 years younger. I've known him a long, long time, and I haven't talked to him in forever. So Steve called him. He answers the phone. We're talking, and we're just, and he goes, "You've been drinking, Ed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" But he knew, and it's been that long. You know what I mean? That many years, but he could tell I wasn't normal me. So it was pretty fun. We just had a good time. We had a really good time. But it's just. But things are going to come up, and you got to deal with them. You got to take care of your business, and I think it's important to do that. And I think it's important to be honest about it too. I really do. That's a huge part of it. And let me see if Heather has texted me back yet. I'm sure she has. Ah, perfect. Okay, she did. All right, awesome. So it's life is an adventure, and we all get to, and this is kind of what and based on my own experiences, you're traveling down that road and you get to that fork. Well, if you go this way, your life can go in that direction. If you go this way, your life can go in a completely different direction. And it's really up to you what you want to do. And, sometimes I've made poor choices. As I've gotten older and mature, I think I've made better choices. And it's just things happen and you got to deal with them. you know when I got married to my second wife, I thought I would be with her forever and that was going to be it. That was my intention. It didn't work out like that. That happens. That's part of life. So I had to deal with that. And I didn't want my kids to have to grow up in a broken home. I grew up in a broken home. I mean, my mom and dad were divorced by the time I was 5 and my sister was 4, and we were gone before then. So, yeah, third time's a charm. You hold on to that one. Hold on to that one. Um, but anyway, it's things happen. It doesn't always go the way that you want it, and it's just to me, yeah, marriage is overrated. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But like I said, if you can find somebody that you connect with and it works out, great. And I'm like so happy. I mean, my grandparents were married 49 years or something like that when my grandfather passed away. I mean, it's like you just don't. A really awesome couple that I know from when I had my first property. There was a 32-year age difference between the two of them. Think about that. 32-year age difference. And no, 30, no, I'm sorry, 30-year age difference because they had been married for 32 years. So, some people say, oh, he's just chasing young Taylor, or whatever the case may be. Well, sometimes that's the right person for that person. You don't know, you know. Uh, but life, like I say, life is an adventure. Life is what you make it. It can be miserable, or it can be hopefully a somewhat successful journey. We don't know. You don't know. I can remember, one young lady that I met. I was working, doing agency work for this facility, and her and I, because when you go in there, they would say, "Do you want to work as a nurse or do you care about working as an aide?" Because if you worked as an aide, you still got paid your nurse's wages, but they need CNA bodies in there, and so they needed more people. So I would always go, "Yeah, I'll work as an aide. I don't care." So I was working on this unit, and the other nurse that was working as the nurse, she was, agency as well, and you know, literally, it was a moth to a flame. Now I got to tell you, my type has always been. I always loved Italian women, the dark features, the dark hair, dark eyes, the temper, right? So that had always been, what I gravitated towards. My first wife was Sicilian. Well, this girl I had met, she was blonde hair, blue eyed, pasty white. I mean, like super, super white. And it was like we clicked like that. And Never would have said, I never would have said that I would have sought somebody like that out, but for whatever reason, we just had a weird connection. And, we spent some time together, which was fun, but it's just, I like the little firecrackers. Yep, I do. I do. Not going to lie. Italians are my kryptonite too. Italians are fun, but man, they can get crazy sometimes. Hey, Mountain Girl, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. I believe we're here to learn. Homestead looking great. Thank you very much, my dear. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the donation as well. And you're right. If you don't have any adversity in your life, then to me that's boring. We you got to go through stuff. It's what helps you grow. It helps you become the person that you can become. And I really think that that's. I'm going to tell you what people will say to me: if you could go back and change what happened to me as a kid, would you do it? And I always say, you know what, I probably would not, because what happened to me made me who I am today, made me the man I am today. And without that experience, not always pleasant, but without that experience, I would have never grown and evolved into who I am now. And I think it makes you better for that. And again, it can make you better or it can make you worse. Oh, we got to do egg count, guys. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the time and I'm behind things here. So, all right, let's do egg count. How many eggs, and yes or no for thick neck? I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. So I'll give you guys a few moments. All right. If you had the same exact guess, and the first correct answer was by Randy Romines with 3 eggs. I went crazy today with 3 eggs, right? 3 eggs and no for thick neck. So she said 3 eggs and no for thick neck today. So that is where we are at. So congratulations, Randy Romines. You've won absolutely nothing but bragging rights until the next live stream. So it's just the time of year. Again, it's cold. The chickens are all molting, so they're all growing feathers for the winter. And then we're going to get into really cold weather, and so we won't have as many eggs. And that happens, but it's okay. That's part of the deal. I never mind, that, but we'll definitely be adding new chickens in the spring, so we will do that. I got 8 eggs the other day. I was like, WTF? Yeah, I hear you. When you're not getting any, and all of a sudden they give you a bunch, you're like, well, that's kind of weird. But yeah, it's been like one and none. I think yesterday, Becky told me there wasn't any yesterday. Beard looks great short. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I probably am going to keep it short. Actually, I got a shave, looking scruffy. But I've been keeping this more trimmed, so that's what I've been doing with that. But Mountain Girl says you got 7. That's cool. But no, there's nothing. I'm going to tell you what. Once you've had eggs from regular chickens, having store bought eggs, there's no comparison to the taste. No comparison to the taste. We have to keep our chickens in the coop. They are not allowed out until March. Yeah, as it gets colder, we keep them inside as well. And so, like I said, today I know it's Beck was saying it was snowing up there, and yep, I don't ever put eggs in my fridge. Yeah, White Family Homestead. If you get your fresh eggs, they have the coating on them. You don't have to refrigerate them. They'll be good. They'll be good for up to like 6 weeks. So yeah, I always put them right on the shelf, and they stay on the shelf until we use them up, or give them away to the neighbors or whatnot. But like this time of year, You really can't give any away to the neighbors because you don't have enough. Yeah, don't wash them. Exactly. You wash them when you get ready to use them because that film is on there what protects the eggs. That's what using mineral oil does. It masks that coating, and they'll stay much longer. Yeah, the best tasting food is when you grow your own. All seeing cat said, and I agree with that. When you raise it and you know how that animal was raised and treated, it makes all the difference in the world. Really, really does. So, but yeah, adversity is not always a bad thing. I will say that too. It helps you to grow, to develop in who you want to be. Not a whole lot of fun, but we all have to deal with it. And so the last, like I said, the last couple days here had been pretty rough. So it's now today was a good day. I mean it's cold. I don't think we broke. I'll tell you what the temperature is right now. Hold on a second. Let me see what the current temperature is. Right now it's 31, and we're going down to about 24 tonight. So definitely a chilly day. It happens. What are you going to do? So people that care for chickens are literally chicken tenders. Yes, we are. Yep. But no, you know what? Like I said, it's just with everything that's been going on around the world, a lot of people are stressed out beyond belief, and it's understandable. But I would truly just continue always to encourage you to do the best you can, to get ready the best you possibly can. Uh, we don't know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So the more prepared you are, our first storm today, many more to come. Ski areas open. Wow, that's in Mountain Girls up in Maine, folks. So she's a little bit further north. So it's definitely more towards that kind of thing. But it's the silicone around the chimney and the roof alone cost $100 2 years ago. The triple wall came off Craigslist for free. My stove was given to me by a rich guy who remodeled his home. That's awesome. When you can do that type of stuff, you know, and stress relief techniques you use. What I do a lot, guys, I do a lot of energy work. Some of you may believe in energy, some of you may not, but it is there. We're all energies around us all the time. So what I do is I try to release negative energy, and then I open myself up to bring in positive energy back into my body. It has worked for me for years and years and years, and it's something that I do on a regular basis, especially when I am more stressed, and that really works for me. So some people would call it like some people would use it as breathing techniques or meditation, any of those type. How do I release it? What I do is San, Sunday River and Sugarloaf are open. Wow, okay. What I do is I take my hands and I will put them palm down on a table, or if I'm laying in bed, my hands palm down on the bed. My feet need to be also flat. So if I'm in bed, I raise my knees up and have my feet flat. And then just in my head, I say, release, 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 release the negative energy, and I can actually feel it flowing out of my body, if that makes any sense. And I release that negativity, and then what I do is I'll put my legs straight down, flip my hands up this way. We have chakras in our hands. You have chakras in both of your palms. You have it here. You call it your third eye. It's in your throat, your heart, your stomach, your groin. Those are the chakras that are in your body. Some of you may believe in that. Some of you may not. That's okay. Don't care if you do or you don't. I know it works. And so that's what I do. You can literally feel that. If you open yourself up, you can feel that in your hands. I've done that with people, and you can actually share energy. So if you can get somebody and they open themselves up and they have their hands like this, and you put your hand over theirs, and as somebody that knows what they're doing and how to open that up, yeah, it's grounding. Exactly. Yep. Wolfang is calling. Yep, grounding. So I've done that, and you can feel in your hands that energy flowing between you. There's a thing. Well, I used to do energy healing in people. Reiki is what you did, Randy Romines. You did Reiki, and I've done Reiki myself, and it absolutely works. But you have to open yourself up, and you can get rid of a lot of negative energy that way, because it will beat you down if you let it beat you down. So, but yeah, it's just, those are some techniques that work, and so, if it works for you, then great. And what Reiki is energy work. Pet Prep Radio Show. So you the way that I've done Reiki, with my left hand, I pull negative energy out of people, or pain, whatever it may be. Okay. I'll tell you guys. Actually, I'll tell you a quick story. All right. So I was working, doing some agency work in this facility, and I had a CNA come up to me, and she said, "Ed, I got a really bad headache." She said, "Could I go lay down for like a half an hour to try to get this gone?" And I said to her, "Well, let me ask you a question." I said, "What if I told you I could make your pain go away?" And she goes, "I'd be intrigued." And so I explained to her what I can do. And so I said to her what we're going to do. And here's the thing with this: in order for Reiki to work, you have to open yourself up to it. If you're blocking yourself, it doesn't work as well. So if you open yourself up and trust the person that's trying to help you, it really can work. So what happened in my situation was, I had her, first of all, I made her release her negative energy. I released mine. I opened myself up, and then that healing energy comes in. And the way that I do it is, I told her, with my right hand, I will put it on some part of your body, probably an arm or your leg. And that's how I put positive energy back into somebody, if that makes any sense. Okay. With my left hand, which never touches the person's body, I run it all over their whole body, and I feel for spots that I feel pain or discomfort, and it pulls it out, right? So what I started out with her head, obviously, because she had this headache, and I could feel that, and I pulled it. I could feel it. I mean, it was very intense. I can prep too. As I catch my reflection in the mirror, I love you. You are effing amazing, you sexy beast. Oh my God, that's awesome. I like that. That's very, very funny. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for the donation as well. Um, so what happened was, then I don't know how to explain it, but I know when to stop when I'm done, I guess, from that area. And then I ran my hand over her body. I felt something in her right elbow, right? And so I stopped there, pulled that out of there, and then I just know when I'm done. Okay, so I got done, and what I have to do immediately when I'm done with that, because believe it or not, it's very draining for me. I have to get rid of that negative energy again. So because I'm basically pulling that negative energy out of them and putting it into me, putting healing energy into them to take their pain away and stuff like that. So we get done. I release all my negative energy, and then I said to her, "Give it like 10 minutes. If you still have your headache, I'll let you lay down for a while." I said, "But I have a question for you." And she said, "Okay." I said, "What's going on with your right elbow?" She goes, "How did you know about my right elbow?" She goes, "I never told you about that." I said, "I could feel the pain in your right elbow as well. So I worked on that as well." And she went, "Okay." Now, the place that I was working at had a lot of old nuns in there, Catholic nuns. So what she did afterwards, she went up to one of these nuns, and she had explained what had happened, and and stuff like that. And what the nun told her, which I thought was amazing, she said, "He has a gift from God, and he is able to help you, and so that's what he's doing." She came back down to me 10 minutes later, and she said, "Oh my God, Ed, I cannot believe it. My headache is gone and my elbow feels fantastic." She goes, "Thank you so much." And I said, "You're very welcome." But to me, it's a gift that we're given. Some people, and I'm going to tell you what, everybody out here, everybody out here watching this right now has some form of a gift, some form of a gift. And we have that capacity to be able to help people with our gifts if we open ourselves up to it. But a lot of people repress it. They think that it's bad or it's evil or whatever the case may be. And it's not. But yes, it can be developed as well. Okay. It can be developed as well. But yeah, we can do that. White Family Homestead. I mean, it does work. It's amazing. But you have to, again, open yourself up to it. If you don't open yourself up to it, if you're blocking, it doesn't work as well. So, but just an interesting story that I thought I would share with you guys. I don't think I've ever told that one before. I don't believe. I may have. I may not have. I don't remember. But it's just to me, it's a gift that you're given, and it's an amazing thing that you're able to do and share. Like some people have. They're empaths, so they feed off of other people's emotions. They can feel that, you know what I mean. So there's a lot of things to it. There's a lot of things to it. You haven't, Ed? I would remember. Okay, yeah, I don't remember if I had or not. I've told other people. Well, empath is what they're called, Wolfang. And there are people that are, you know, there's a lot of gifts out there, but I believe that a lot of people have them, and I think a lot of people repress them. And so, but if you develop them and open yourself up to them, it is amazing what you can do. So, but yeah, so there's that. All right. So now it is shout out time. And of course, I've started transferring stuff, but not, it's, look how nice that looks. Nice and dirty. Um, I haven't transferred these yet, but I will at some point as well. I've had other things going on a little bit here at the homestead, so I haven't gotten to take care of everything that I wanted to. Let me see. So now I got to find my list. So give me a moment. Come on. All right. Ah, here we are. Look at how nice that page looks. Isn't that pretty? All right. All right, we're going to start out with Icky Can up in Canada. Real good guy. I would ask you to support him as well. Uh, really down to earth. He's been living off grid almost as long as I have, and he's doing really, really well. And he is 3 hours north of Toronto, so he is in seriously, seriously cold weather. You have Angry Prepper down in New York City with Jason. Jason's an amazing dude, really, really down to earth, very kind, really kind dude. So I would absolutely ask you to go support him, and please don't let his language deter you. He's actually a really good guy, and so probably don't let that get out. But he's a good dude. You have Alaska Prepper with Rudy up in Canada. There's Alaska Granny. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Two different channels, same guy. A lot of good information with him. You have North Shore Preparedness. There's Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen, 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. You have Bizariza Jizza, who is gracing us with his presence in the chat tonight, doing his Carrington Chronicles. So if you haven't watched any of that, Definitely go check that out. And he's, like I said, he's going to be putting up some new material soon. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast in Seattle. Really, really good guy as well. Been on his show, I think, about 3 times. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There's Cody with Wranglestar. Really good guy. A lot of good information there as well. The Red Poppy Ranch. You have Survival Lily. Kyle's Cabin up in Minnesota. Nice young couple with Kyle and Sierra doing their thing in Minnesota. So definitely check them out as well. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband and wife team, 2 different channels, but a lot of really good information for both of them. You know, as far as living off grid, they split their time between Michigan and Alaska. You have Green Greg's. There is Southern Prepper One, Gray Man Prepping, St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There's Doug and Stacy, another great channel, a lot of great information on that one as well. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama, another young couple down there. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona, another couple out there doing their thing in the desert, showing everybody how it's done. Really, really good channel. Camping with Steve, Steve Wallace, definitely check him out as well. Bush Doctor Survival. You have Monkey Works, The Needy Homesteader, another really good channel, a lot of good information there. Boss of the Swamp, I've been following him for years. Really like him as well. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. You want to know what's really going on with the weather and all that type of stuff? Go check out Diamond, guys. Very, very intelligent guy, and gives a lot of really good information. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumina Acres, another really good channel. Suspicious Observer, another really good channel. These are people, Diamond, Lumina Acres, and Suspicious Observer. They're not bought and paid for by the government's mouthpiece. Okay, they're giving you information based on real science, not what they're told to say. So that's why I recommend them. You have Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. You have Mary Greeley News. Mary Greeley does a lot of really cool stuff. She shows a lot of good information. So definitely check her out as well. It gives you all the updates with Yellowstone and everything else. You have Adapt 2030. There is Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. Ryan Hall, y'all. If you're going to get your weather, you got to get it from Ryan Hall, y'all. He is the man. Really generous person. Helps out a lot of people, and that is amazing as well. You have Russell Brand. Russell Brand really will make you think. He is objective and he gives you the information and he lets you decide what you want to believe or not believe. And I think that that's the way it should be instead of being fed what they want you to hear. Okay. So I think that that's really good. You have Deep South Homestead. There is The Outsider, The Fit Farmer. You have Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed, Townsend's, The Prepared Mind out in California. You have Pinball Preparedness, who is in Tennessee. He is our local Bigfoot as well. The guy's 6'8". You have East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Gritty, who is also in Tennessee. There are a lot of other good channels out there. I know people are putting other channels up here as well. Uh, Definitely check stuff out, guys. There's a lot of information out there. We should be supporting each other. Also, yes, Okie Forge just reminded me about Heather's Etsy account. Heather has her Etsy account too. JJ will throw that link up there as well. She does jewelry. She also does crocheting. So definitely check her out as well. A lot of good stuff there if you're interested. Okay. And like I said, JJ will throw that link up for you guys. But I think we should support each other. I think that it's important that we do so. A lot of good channels out there, a lot of different ways of looking at things. People look at things differently from different parts of the country. So I think that that's important that we open ourselves up and we just do it like that. All right. So Mountain Girl says, I purchased some necklaces and I love them. Yeah, Heather is a good kid. There, JJ just threw her link up there, guys. So she's doing well. I'm really, really proud of her. She is coming into her own as a human being, which is important. You have to, again, you grow, you have diversity, you have things happen, and it makes you, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And, there's always going to be some heartache in there and some pain. But, that's part of life, unfortunately. You got to kiss some pigs before you find, you know, the right one, I guess. Have I heard anything from North Shore Preparedness? Not recently. I know that he. I hadn't seen anything recently. I haven't talked to him, so I can't give you an answer on that, Sharon. I haven't seen anything. Busy Wizard just said you're one of the very few channels who does shout outs. Well, I think it's important to be honest with you. I know when I was coming up, and starting out with YouTube and how difficult it is. And I think that if we can help each other out and give a shout out to somebody and show support, and maybe somebody hasn't seen a channel and they check it out and they like it, that's great. That helps that creator out, and I think I think that that's important. So we need to be here for each other. We're such a small niche group of people, and I think a lot of people really don't understand that. The prepper and off-grid living community is very, very true. It's very small. So why would we? I don't understand why people want to fight with each other and have animosity. And I hate this channel or I hate that channel. I will be honest with you. There are channels that I don't care for at all. Don't like them. So I don't watch. That's how I do it. That's how I choose to not, partake in that. If I don't like what somebody's doing, I don't watch them. I don't feel the need to go on their channel and bash them or say hateful or mean things on this channel. You're not going to find that because I'm not going to do it. So, that's just that's how I feel about that, and that's the way it's going to be. So anyway, so we are Ed has classroom respect. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I just think you should treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you go by that rule, it works out really, really well. So, Richard Ruckman, hey, Ed, I'm going to New York Saturday, first day of deer season. Well, have fun. I know down here the first day for deer season is on Sunday in West Virginia. So, that is the first day of deer season here. And that's for shotgun. I mean, they've already had bow going on, but I'm talking, shotgun or rifle, So, all right, let us do this. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? So let us do that. We have Nowhere, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Waterloo, New York, Franklin County, Ohio, Inverness, Florida, with Clyde in the house, New Mexico, Connecticut, Lake East, Ohio, Kansas, West Virginia, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, Georgia Mountain, South Jersey, Virginia, Erin, Tennessee, Shamoa, Washington. I probably said it wrong. I apologize. Fort Worth, Texas, BC, Canada, Greenlee County, Arizona, another Arizonan as well, beautiful Pennsylvania wilds, Missouri in the Ozarks, Troutman, North Carolina. We have Florida, Central East Coast, Massachusetts, Carlisle in the UK. Very nice to have you here. And we have East Central Illinois, Frankfort, Illinois, Arkansas, the New Madrid fault line. Ooh, be safe there. Massachusetts. I said that, didn't I, John? I hope I did. Georgia County, Ohio. Or, no, it's not Georgia. Whatever that's saying. Ohio. Oregon, right behind Costco. Very nice. BC, Canada. Southwest Virginia. Bumstead, Florida. Bay County, Michigan. Morristown, Tennessee. We have Nebraska's in the house. Verone, BC, Canada. Wisconsin, New Hampshire, uh, Auburn, California. So again, I mean, literally, we are all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge, huge network of people. We're the ones that can make a difference now. How do we make a difference now? Trying to educate, trying to open people's eyes to learn to help themselves. But that doesn't always happen. Okay. But after an event, we will be the ones that can definitely make a huge difference because we can educate people on how to survive. And I think that that's important that we do that as well. We got Western New York, Slava, Kentucky. So save who you can. Exactly. You a lot of people out there that need help. A lot. Try to do the best that we can and just go from there. So that's all we can do. So, we just take care of our business and like I said, I'm treating people with respect and dignity. I think that that is important, and we have to try to work together. And you can't save everybody. You have to realize that too. That's also something that's important. So let me talk about my website real quick. Preppernurse1.com. We got the Preppernurse One community, and that's what Pet Prep Radio show is talking about. We have the Preppernurse One community. It is free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Once you're in, check out the message boards. Look for people, like-minded people in your country or state, and it's a good way to try to connect with people. So definitely take advantage of that. Also on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So again, preppernurse1.com. You'll see the Forefathers logo. You click on that, it will take you to their website. Once you're on their website, check out what they have. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, you can save 15% by using the discount code PrepperNurse1. And that's the number one, not ONE. Last but not least, we have the Legacy Freeze Dried Foods. So again, go to my website, preppernurse1.com, click on store. It will drop down. You will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. Definitely check that out. Largest portion size of any of the other freeze dried food companies. So definitely a good thing to have in a diversified prep portfolio, right? So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely great job keeping the chat clean. Thank you for what you do, ladies and gentlemen who moderate for me. It means a lot to me. I want to thank all of you guys for being here, being part of this, being part of the family, and it really does mean a lot. And it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. So definitely very much appreciated. I enjoy these chats. It gives an opportunity. I try to answer questions when I can, guys. I really do. I don't always get to everybody, and I do apologize for that, but I try to do the best I can. And, we just try to have fun with this. And hopefully you learn something. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. We're just trying to help. That's the end of the day. That's what it's all about. So anyway, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If we could ever figure that one out, we would be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. These are all games that are used to keep us fighting amongst each other. Let's stay working together. We're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do in life, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. Only one person is going to stop you from achieving your goals, and that's you, nobody else. If you make realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, they can happen. All right, they really can. So just keep at that, and you're going to be just fine. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you on the next one. All right. 3 o'clock video tomorrow will be part 7 of the bunker build. So definitely check that out as well. That will be there at 3 o'clock. All right. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.